on. Do you know how to switch it off?
I do.
Okay, you gotta respect it. This is not.
Joel, I'll be careful.
Now, Max, you're a gun nut, right?
Oh, totally, yeah. In
How
Chicago,
many-
Illinois, we all have our guns here.
Absolutely. You ever walk around with the
Shooting each
safety
other all the
off?
time.
Exactly. Just kicking ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Just have it in my front pocket. Just
just in case.
I
In
know
case
like, nothing
one of
about
them
guns.
liberals come to take your freedoms.
Oh, shit.
Everybody,
Over
welcome
my
back
dead
to
body.
The Last Anus. I'm Chris.
This is Max. How's it going?
It's going, buddy. Oh,
Man.
whoa!
Ew! Wow, that
time
just
out.
like totally
Time out.
zoomed in on that mummy fucking face. I
Oh
was like,
God!
whoa.
Whoa! Guessing
Yeah.
his teeth were jacked before he died like that.
The maggots won't even have him anymore.
No, nope, he's done. He's cooked.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
it's been a few. Probably well over a month now since we did our last episode of this, huh?
I think so. Yeah. It's oh, by the way, the stream is looking good. It
Huh.
has been since. So I don't know. Well, whatever,
man.
but-
This I don't know. So we've been having Elgato problems, and okay, that's how I
Yeah,
swap. How do I?
Oh yeah, you got to familiarize yourself, huh?
Gotta remember the controls.
Yeah, this is a little more complicated than like Resident Evil 2. Little more stuff going on. You got your bricks for one.
Why can't I remember how to reload? That ain't it.
L2?
No, L2 is aim. R2, of course, is
Yeah.
shoot.
R2 is the fun button.
Circle is
L1?
stealth.
It's
Square
not
is
it's not
attack.
R3 or L3, is it? That would be
Nope. R3 is flashlight. Triangle's not doing it. Square is look over the other shoulder. All the D-pad buttons just switch between weapons, which weirdly enough, I wanted to think it was R1, but now R1 is switching me between weapons too.
Oh, you wouldn't
like
have
a hot
changed the
swap.
controls. That's interesting.
This is embarrassing. I'm gonna have to look at our.
It's been a while. It's all good.
Guitars. View guitars.
View controls. Where's reload?
What the fuck is
Fire,
reload?
weapon swap. Oh, reload R2. Wait.
Oh, R2
so it's
while not aiming. There we go.
well, not aiming. Okay.
There we go. I knew it was something stupid. All right. Welcome back to The Last of Us, everybody.
Oh, man.
We'll take care of that in post.
Okay. Just a skip. Yeah. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, totally. I'm good at video games. I'm a video game boy.
Okay. I'm replaying Final Fantasy VII Remake on PC this time.
Oh, nice. How's that working?
Intergrade. It's good. I mean, it's like I'm playing it on the TV.
Noticeable
So I'm
difference?
doing-
Or...
Yeah, it is.
Oh, cool.
It's and the thing is like for a while I was trying to get it right because let me tell you, it is not optimized worth a shit.
Oh,
Like,
that's too bad.
typical Square.
Yeah, Square just doesn't optimize. Like, for as much money as they make off PC games, you would think they would put the effort in these days, but
Seriously,
they just
and
do not
just
optimize
don't.
games. No,
They just don't.
like, they cannot be
Mhm.
bothered. Like that's
Yeah.
comes
Oh,
back-
speaking of which, I'll get back to this, but speaking of companies that don't optimize their games and probably won't, yeah, you hear about the whole fiasco with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Oh my god, it looks like a PS2 game. Like
Seriously,
I've been
like, not
watching
even a
some
joke.
streams. Yeah, like and that's I'm not really invested in Pokemon much these days. My son loves them,
Yeah.
and so I was gonna probably get him
Yeah.
Violet or Scarlet for Christmas. But
Video's doing a thing, by the way.
what's
Since
that?
you wanted me to tell you.
Sweet, thank
that-
you.
All right.
Good to know. But yeah, I was thinking about getting him one of those for Christmas, but
Yeah.
like, I'm almost wondering, like, I
Would he
mean,
enjoy
granted,
it?
He's a kid, so he would probably
Yeah.
enjoy it.
My
But, you
guess
know.
is yes, because I'm hearing some adults that enjoy it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's like, really?
And you know, at
Like-
the end of the day, like, the Pokemon fan base is such that, like, it's more just about the collecting and the battling and stuff like that. And I think that what is it, Game Freak or how?
Yeah.
Who
and
who
the
makes it these
Pokemon
days?
company.
Yeah, the Pokemon
Game Freak.
They know that. Like they
Yeah.
know that presentation is not at the top of the list for a series that has been predominantly in its lifespan produced by handhelds. But at the same
Yeah.
time, you would think like there's enough people clamoring for like, you know, a high fidelity like open world Pokemon that their first stab at it should have been, you know, comparable to like say Xenoblade Chronicles from fucking 12 years ago or something.
I'm thinking
I don't need a hint.
like
I'm looking for stuff.
what do you call it? That people are buying it, like it's
Mhm.
already sold pretty well, and if they need to do something, like you know how Ubisoft is, like the first time that there's like a real big fiasco with like an Assassin's Creed or something,
Uh-huh.
then they backtrack a little bit. They're like, oh, you know what? We're not necessarily going to do this every year, you know, and we're gonna fix this,
Yeah.
basically.
Well, but then I mean, there's like day one patches that address like a bunch of glitches and everything, which has become the norm for better or worse. But then there's like for this game, it would need to be like a full on like engine replacement, like to get it looking comparable to Sword and Shield, because like I've been watching streams and not even from like streamers who are, you know, looking for glitches and errors and other problems, like just regular streamers and
people just trying to play.
Yeah, and it's just like a muddy, chuggy game, which is a bummer.
Like it chugs. It is like, and again, like you, I'm not really invested in Pokemon.
But I root for it because I enjoyed it in my childhood.
Me too.
Yeah.
I really like the Game Boy, the original Game Boy games.
Oh my god,
And-
Gold and Silver to this day like has a special nostalgic place in my heart. Let's see here.
For me, it's like when I wasn't playing, I knew a lot of people who were playing, and it was always just like, I'll sit with y'all while you have your DSs out playing, you know, Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah.
And
I'll hang on to this.
when we would talk about it, it would always be like, oh my God, when are they going to do like an open world Pokemon?
Yeah.
You know? And Scarlet and Violet, I feel like Arceus was really close, but I feel like this game is the first time that they're truly realizing it.
Exactly.
When it comes to content, not tech or anything.
Yeah, this should have been a home run for them, and don't get me wrong, I still think it's gonna sell like hotcakes, but it's not what it should have been for sure.
No.
Ooh,
That's what makes it just really painful. Like speaking of painful, but it really seemed like it fulfills most of those things that people would want.
Right.
Like truly open world, like 3 different quests basically that are main quests. You can kind of attack it any order you want for the most part.
right.
That all seems good content wise. It's just like, the one thing, there's just one problem with the game. It just happens to be a humongous problem that you can't ignore.
Yep.
It's
Well,
just looks and runs like ass.
like I know that for the last 2 decades, they've been on like a 3-year development cycle. Like a game comes out,
Yeah.
that's Pokemon for the next 3 years, and they got to release something new or like a remaster or something. But like even with 3 years, this game feels like it was like rushed out the door.
Yeah.
Which
And
is a
it's
bummer.
like-
And I know the Switch hardware is definitely showing its age, but at the same time, like
It is.
we've seen it. I mean, it did fucking Breath of the Wild when it first came out.
I was
It
about
is-
to say Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey. Mario Odyssey is not a
Yeah.
bad looking game.
And granted, it's not
a
open
beautiful
world,
game.
but like Breath of the Wild is. Breath of the Wild has a massive open world, and it's freaking gorgeous. And like not gorgeous on Switch standards. It's a good looking game. I'm gonna
Yeah,
get
so
smoked.
the Switch can do it. It's not.
Hello.
Whoa.
Ooh,
Nice.
bet that sucked.
Oh.
Ooh, having a bad day.
Hey, man. Don't do anything stupid, all right?
Hey, I'm not gonna do anything stupid. You gonna do something stupid? Maybe you'll live. Consider that a blessing. Say thank you, Mr. Joel. Thank you, Mr. Joel.
Just saying.
Was that episode of Chappelle's Show where like Wayne Brady was a criminal?
That wasn't.
Oh, that's right. He was just driving with
Yeah.
Chappelle.
You get to go home today. Say thank you, Mr. Chappelle. Thank you, Mr. Chappelle. Run, bitch, run.
Oh my god.
I'm Wayne Brady, bitch.
He's just getting more and more disgruntled.
Oh
Well,
my
not even
God.
disgruntled. He's just like This is just what I do.
He's just a horrible.
Chappelle's just getting really fearful.
It's essentially the same exact joke as Neil Patrick Harris and Harold and Kumar, but
Oh yeah,
with those character actors who kind of made their reputation as kind of like homely, pleasant, like family friendly. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it is.
Like Bob Saget basically staged a career comeback around that.
That's true. Or did you ever see This Is the End?
I don't think so.
It's like Seth Rogen and who else?
Didn't
Jonah Harris or whatever his name.
Jonah Jameson something. Yeah,
Jingleheimer Smith,
super bad guy. I know who you're talking
super
about.
bad guy. Yeah, and so anyway, it was just like a whole bunch of celebrities
Jonah Hill
partying.
Yeah,
and Jonah Hill. Yeah, there we go. And then like the world is ending, basically.
Oh, cool.
And Michael Cera was playing Michael Cera.
Nice.
Only in this, he was like partying, but he was like a total animal. He's
awesome.
He's like slapping Rihanna's ass.
Oh my god.
He's like doing coke and getting a blowjob in the bathroom. Like
Michael Cera.
and so it's like, okay, he just played like.
Well, that's
and
funny,
he was also the first one to die.
Nice. Well, that's kind of funny because I don't know a whole lot about like Michael Cera's personality, like what kind of like reputation he has in Hollywood.
Stay low.
So like, yeah, but at the same time, like he seems, for the most part, like a pretty chill guy. He
seems like chill, and
Yeah.
he plays like either the chill or the very shy person.
Yeah.
Super bad. What is it? Arrested Development.
Yeah, and I mean he was Scott Pilgrim, so he'll always have a special place in my heart.
Oh, for sure. Even in Scott Pilgrim, he played it awkward.
Yes,
basically,
exactly.
And so, usually being this like awkward guy, and then in this movie, he's just like the most hedonistic, crazy person.
Right.
It's pretty funny. Oh, now Ellie gets to shoot people with you.
All right, who wants some? Who's coming to get some? This is one of those areas too where you can just like hide behind the desk and everything's gonna be fine.
Nice.
Like they're just blind. And the problem is I have to see them coming. There they are. All right, he's coming up the stairs here. So
now wait a second, man.
I'll be
has it
ready.
been that long? Who are you? Are these just scavengers?
These
They're
are
not part of any
scavengers,
organization. Okay.
Oh, this guy's gonna get got. He doesn't even know it.
You guys spread out.
He doesn't even know it yet.
Well, it's like who's spreading out?
Gonna have you spread out for me.
I only
baby.
saw him.
Mm.
I'm gonna spread your guts out on this ground wire. Okay, now.
Whoa, his eyes didn't look so good there at the end. What do you got for me? You just got a freaking plank. You weren't even worth killing.
Wait till the body goes stiff, Ellie. Make sure they're truly dead.
Right. Taste their blood to make sure. You can taste the iron, can't you, Ellie? Why does this matter, Joel? It matters. Fucked up thing this world makes me do. Oh God. I got that line from. I actually got
Pick their
that.
pockets.
I actually got that line from. There was a book that was released. Probably about a decade ago now. That I wanted to say like 3 or 4 years ago, but then I remembered. Oh no, I read it while I was doing graduate work, so it has to be at least 10 or 12 years old. And but it was
Brain's doing that thing again.
It was a prequel to The Godfather, and it was sort of like started by Mario Puzo. He meant it to be like a screenplay, but he never finished it before he died. So
Okay.
they had kind of like a good author come in and not ghostwrite it, but like write it instead of Puzo. And it was good. I enjoyed it. But it explores like the character of Luca Brasi, who if you've watched the Godfather
Who was that?
movies, he was like the giant like assassin who gets killed like 40 minutes into the movie.
First, yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, like it shows like how he came to work for Vito Corleone and everything. And one of the lines in there, he basically like ties this dude up and blinds him with like a filthy rag or something, and and then later he comes to strangle him to finish the job, And the guy's line is, fucked up things this world makes you do, isn't it, Luca? And he goes, yeah, you got it. And he chokes him to death.
Wow.
It wasn't meant to be played for laughs, but that was exactly what the line was.
You got it.
Shitty things this world makes you do, doesn't it, Luca? Yep, it sure does.
You.
Really, only 2 of them left? They're about to get... 3 of them. Oh, he sees me. I've used a couple of bullets. I'm
Ellie's usually invisible.
gonna try to choke some bitches. Yeah, Ellie's invisible. That's right. Hey, you wanna fucking get in there?
Check their wallets when they're dead. They have pictures of their house. Might have stuff. Maybe family.
Oh,
Has other stuff.
this guy had children. Jackpot. Joel, please. I like knowing that they had kids. Makes me feel powerful.
Not a monster, Ellie. Just reuniting them with their parents.
Right.
You think they can make it in this world?
One
Doing
day.
them a favor.
One day that boy will get the resolve to come and try and kill me. It's a circle of life, Ellie. Hey, is he choking? Oh my god.
Wow, jeez. Did you ever seen a samurai movie, Ellie? That's how it works. They come for revenge. They spill first blood.
It's
You know what happens after that?
It's beautiful in its own way. Oh god. Ellie, to the person who kills me, give them this note. What's it say? They will know. Joel's just a fucking animal. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. Come on, you bitch. Come to the... You know you said it. I'm hiding in the bookstore. You acknowledge that. Come get it. Come on. He's afraid to come in.
Well, it's interesting. When they're really far away, I don't know if I necessarily hear them.
Uh-huh.
And it's like once you enter this mode on my end, it's like stony silent, which is
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh, look at him turning tail.
Wow.
You know, it was probably nothing. I'm gonna go ahead and say nothing.
He's scared, Ellie. This makes this a lot more fun. Did she say fun? Easy.
Easy.
I said easy and fun.
Masturbatory. What? Nothing. Killed your friend, and now I'm gonna kill you. Hey, nuts.
Is that the first tank we've seen?
Won't be the last. Won't be the last. Oh, he knows something's up. He knows something's up. Too late.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. He let that one live, but he won't.
I was
talk-
about to say, like,
he won't talk
he
the
probably
same
bit his
anymore.
tongue.
Yeah, right. things will be different now. Endure and survive. Now you're getting it, Ellie. Now you're getting it. Alrighty, I think I got what I need to get. I'm not going to spend a terrible amount of time combing every place for items, but it's always stuff that's worth getting. Oh, I guess I'm not the only animal in here. Let's see.
So, like, most places you can't go back to.
Correct. Yeah, no, there's
so-
no backtracking. So like,
So that means there's a lot of pills that are missable.
oh yeah, absolutely.
assuming.
Yep. 100%. And we've probably missed a good amount because, like I said, I'm not trying super hard to open the desk. I'm not trying super hard to pick everything up. I'm giving everything kind of a cursory run through, but there's some stuff that's pretty
Yeah.
cleverly hidden. Wow, I went through that encounter with no damage. Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Nice. Good killing, Joel. Oop, there we go. All right, what can we craft?
What'd you get?
We can craft a bunch of stuff. Maybe a med kit. I never use the smoke bombs. Sometimes I'll use the grenades. That's always nice.
Melee upgrade.
Yeah. Let's do some drugs. while we're at it here.
Okay.
Oh wow, I haven't upgraded Joel at all here. What do you think? Maybe
Do you
Shiv
need to do
Master.
sway? Well,
that'll be
no, but you
nice
could
because that
do a-
gets me away
What
from
is that? When using a shiv to break free of a clicker, only
Yeah.
one shiv durability. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a good one because they
That is one to get early on.
they do get you sometimes. They do bite.
Mm.
All right, now let's see. Is there anything that I ignored that I can now pick up? You can see how this game makes you just like run back and forth, picking shit up
Oh
sometimes.
yeah.
Jeez. Guess this is how it ended for this zone.
Death for freedom.
Like
Wait,
a
that doesn't make any
battlefield
fucking
inside.
sense.
What if they had families?
If you're
Yep.
dead, how are you fucking free?
Best not to dwell on it.
That is the most final sense of oppression.
Yeah. We're freedom fighters, Ellie.
Right?
Freeing a lot of people by killing them.
I'm doing God's work, Ellie. In a way, you might consider me to be a god. What, Joel? Nothing. It's just a thought that I had. You don't have to. I mean, what do you think, though? It's true in a way, right? What are you talking about, Joel? I don't know. It's just, I think about it a lot. Oh, man. He's doing all of this not because of like some high crusade or anything, but he thinks he's God. Use a shiv.
All right.
Always use the shiv.
So that means you got some good stuff in here.
Boom.
Drugs,
Hell yeah. Drugs, bullets, drugs,
guns.
nuts. All right. That was good.
Cool.
Can even craft a replacement shiv.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Make up for that one that I just used to open that door. All right. Now, on our way.
Hey, get me up there.
Hmm.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Well.
Anyway. So, what's new with you this? You haven't been on our co-op playthroughs either. How have you been
The
doing?
last
buddy?
two, yeah, it's been a little bit. This last week was pretty good. We when y'all were doing not the Oregon Trail, I was supposed to be there for that one. I totally
Oh, yeah, then you passed
zonked
out.
the fuck out.
Yep.
Yeah. But when y'all were doing Phantasmophobia, I was
Phasmophobia?
Phasmophobia.
Phantasmophobia.
I mix it up with Phantasmagoria. Actually,
Oh,
that's
I
an
gotcha.
old point and click game.
Yes. Oh
Um,
my God, that was fucked up. As I remember.
Oh, you remember?
Yeah. Wasn't it like on the
It was-
Sega CD or something like that, or maybe
It
Sega
might have
CD
been,
and
but it
PC?
was on PC. It was a MS DOS game, if I remember.
Remember, there's
that's-
like a
that's the
scene
one I
where like
remember, at
a
least.
girl got like her face ripped off or something.
Oh, probably. There was a lot of messed up stuff.
Oh, what do you
Um,
want to say, Ellie? Don't want to miss your conversation. Okay, missed the conversation.
Okay.
That was pretty fucking unforgiving.
So you're right.
Considering that there's a
Ugh.
trophy attached to it, but I don't care. But
Wait, do you get it later, or is it pretty much you, have to have the
you have to
conversation?
hear all the optional conversations.
But like she
They're
won't
everywhere.
have that same conversation somewhere else.
Nope,
You did?
nope. When
Oh,
you
that
miss
sucks.
Totally
It's
gutter
gone.
again?
it, I mean, granted, you could probably reload, but I don't care.
I dragged you to see it then.
I don't know. Let's just stay focused, all right?
All right.
All right, let's go, Ellie. More souls that need freeing from this mortal coil.
Yeah, there's what do you call it? The Like a Dragon Yakuza. You have like the optional
Truck.
It's all right. Just keep
Like-
it down.
conversations
Mhm.
with everyone, but the thing is it's like if you miss it, you could just go back to the same area and it'll usually trigger like 30 seconds later.
Right.
Oh. But yeah, went to see the light show when y'all were doing Phasma the last time,
Hello. Yeah.
which was fun. Yeah, that was at the Botanic Gardens, so
Oh, cool.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. And aside from that, nothing crazy. Worked yesterday.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm still trying to I'm trying to get so I have Stepmania working on the Steam Deck, which I'm gonna bring by the way.
Stepmania.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I still play that on the computer,
yeah.
but if I get it working on the Steam Deck, then I can like fucking bring it anywhere, you know. Be
Step
super
Mania
easy.
is like the PC, not pirated, but pirated DDR.
It's like
right?
freeware, yeah, freeware DDR,
Yeah, okay.
and it's like it doesn't have to be pirated if you're not playing the actual Dance Dance Revolution games. Of
Uh-huh.
course, I am, and and the In the Groove games. And the version I have, I don't use it, but you can play Pump It Up. You can play Guitar Hero.
What the fuck?
Where's that even coming from?
Good question.
They have a fucking
Hello.
shit, like a howitzer or something?
Whoa.
Some kind
This-
of military turret. Just stay down.
This got out of control quickly.
yeah.
Mercy.
Yeah, Jesus. This is the part where I'd be like, yeah, we're dead.
Oh.
You're gonna die.
Here's a bullet for you and a bullet for me.
They've gone through that shit like 10 times already.
I
Where
always
it's just
keep
like,
two
yeah, this is
extra
the
in
end.
my pocket. Call these my contingency bullets.
This is they'll never take me alive bullets.
All right. We're done here.
One's for me and one's for you to shoot me if the first one doesn't quite do it.
Right.
After that, I'll be.
After that, you're on your own. Good luck, Ellie.
Don't tell anyone what I taught you. You
Until they're ready to kill you.
just
God, what a beautiful game.
unless you want to
And it's
tell them
on-
how heroic I was, you could do that. Actually, please do that.
Please do exactly that. Oh my god.
Ow.
What an asshole.
Look. This guy just they deserve to die when they're that dumb, Ellie.
There's two kinds of people in this world, Ellie. The dead and the smart. He's dead, so he's not smart. Me, I'm smart.
I'm smart. Him, he's dead, you see.
He just goes on like Rick. Rick and Morty, over and over. See, the smart ones, they don't die. The dead ones, they were dumb, so they died. I'm never going
If
to
he
die.
was smart, how come he's dead now?
He'll never get to be smart because he died too early. That was why he was so dumb. You see?
Yes.
You understand? I think I follow Joel. Really? Because I don't. But then sometimes I'm too smart even for myself. I'm going to guess this box did not contain an LED TV.
Yeah, what the fuck?
So,
Unless it was like,
self-assemb-
one of those 12 inchers or
some
something.
assembly required. What sees me? Like, what is seeing me? Is it the damn turret truck? Because this thing's a
How
pain
can
in the
you-
ass.
Is it like music or something? How can you tell something sees you?
You kind of hear, you probably don't hear it on your end, but it's like a low rumble. It's like,
Okay. Oh my God. The physics. So in this game, it's not so bad, and especially because it's like dystopian, where
Yeah.
you're just like kicking around junk and shit. In Final Fantasy VII Remake, like that shit's ridiculous.
Uh-huh.
Like you're in the
Oh,
Shinra
yeah.
building, trying to be like covert, and Tifa and Barrett are just running behind you,
Ooh.
knocking over every last stool.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
There's like all those construction cones just laying around everywhere.
it's just like I haven't seen you. What department do you work? Don't worry about it. As you knock over 30 stools.
Don't lose it.
We're not suspicious. You're suspicious. Why do you have that humongous sword? Don't worry about it.
Right. Yeah, that's one of the things that about the remake that I thought was kind of odd. Like, on the PS1, you didn't really mind or even think about the NPCs as much.
It was easier to suspend belief.
Right. But like in this one where everyone is like rendered in 4K and like they have realistic proportions and clothing and everything, like Cloud and his friends just look like a bunch of cosplayers just running around.
I get you. Yeah. Yeah, especially when everyone's like in their business suit and stuff. And
Ooh!
whoa.
Look at this guy. Fucking commando. Not anymore.
Look at this guy. Everyone, look at him over here. It's just like beating his brains out.
Look at what he was.
Look at what that got him.
He punched Joel in the face. You want to punch Joel in the face? Do
I
you?
don't think so.
I didn't think so. God, I feel alive, Ellie. Oh God, that joke just keeps on giving, doesn't it? I'm so hard right now. What? Nothing.
Nothing.
Don't
It's
worry.
probably a little inappropriate.
You'll understand when
I
you're
am.
older. When you get your first erection. What? Don't worry about it. Joel flunked biology. Oh, I guess I could have gone. Oh, never mind.
Oh.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh no!
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, he doesn't feel much of anything anymore. Luckily, I got
Is this
this
motherfucker
scope.
hiding?
He's trying. Forgot how to use the scope.
You don't hide.
Forgot how to
You
use
don't
the
hide.
scope.
You don't use medkits.
How do I use the scope?
L3. L3.
There's a
Nope,
flashlight. Make me nice and easy to see.
SOS.
Totally forgot how to use the goddamn scope. Not super helpful. Let's see here. Zoom, aim, hold, reload.
Scope while aiming X.
Last fucking button I ever would have guessed.
I the same.
Oh, come on. That was a headshot if I've ever seen one. You know, I just don't like the rifle in this game.
Yeah.
There we go. Clear. What the hell,
Nice
Joel?
shot, Joel. I was aiming for his throat. I missed.
I was supposed to go in his penis. Yeah,
Oh, God.
shotgun bullets. Great. Ooh.
Are they driving after you now?
Oh
Fuck.
yeah. Oh yeah. They know what's up.
I love Joel's just disgruntled panting.
Right.
Because usually the only times I've heard is when things did not go your way.
Exactly.
Oh, fuck. Every person for themselves, get the fuck out of here.
Ellie, remember what I taught you. Survive. I'll meet you on the other side. What? Just go. Faster. I guess that's a hint that I'm supposed to be using the revolver. See, that's the thing, though. Like, sometimes the game, it leaves bullets scattered for you, but it's hard to guess what those bullets will be. And so, like, I'll start using a weapon, then I'll run dry, and then they'll give me bullets for a weapon where I'm already fully loaded.
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
It does suck.
It's unfortunate. Do any of the bullets, are they shared by any other gun or no?
No. Not that it matters too
Yeah.
much. I mean, the game is, at least on normal difficulty, is good about giving you what you need to survive. But yeah, let's see here.
Ooh, there we go.
But yeah, so going back to Intergrade FF7 a little bit, I imagine playing on PC is probably got to be pretty similar to the PS5 experience. Probably better, depending on your graphics.
Unless
But
what do
the
you call it?
optimization, yeah, that's a
Yeah,
bummer.
the optimization sucks. So what's good is one, I don't have to do this. I tried it for a little bit and it was working okay. Where there's like code, people have like these go to Nexus mods and they're like, oh, you can put this code in and you know it'll help fix things.
Right.
But I didn't want to, like, I used it and it worked, but I didn't want to mess with that a whole lot. So,
Yeah.
and I wasn't entirely positive if it was forcing it to go into DirectX 11.
Oh,
And if that was the case,
okay.
if that was the case, then I wasn't going to get HDR.
Dude,
So
I don't know how DirectX remains an industry standard. Like,
I
don't get me
know
wrong.
because Microsoft.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I understand the history of it and that it's workable software, but it has so many persistent issues. Like with each
Yeah.
iteration, that I always wonder, like,
Just like Windows.
why doesn't someone make something
Oh.
new? You know, like so that there's some competition, and so that Microsoft has to try. You know? Oh God! Right. He's gonna be peeing blood for a few days.
Leave him alone. Easy, son. Just take it easy. It's all right.
Put the gun down and I'll slit his throat and we can go our separate ways.
Man, you hit hard. Yeah, well, I was trying to kill you.
See, he's honest. Joel gets it.
Yeah, I thought you were one of them too. Then I saw you. You haven't noticed that?
You know, I can't see really right now, but I'm assuming you're a little girl.
You're bleeding.
It's just nothing. I'm Henry. This is Sam.
We're gonna have a happy ending.
I think I got your name was Joel.
We're other survivors who you met in a hostile land.
Oh,
Where
bad,
everything's gonna go great for us.
There were a bunch of us. Someone had the brilliant idea of entering the city, look for supplies. Those fuckers, they ambushed us.
I'm talking about this little jackass.
Scattered us. It's all about getting all that
Last
shit.
time I let you decide where we're
We can
going,
help
kid.
each other.
Ellie,
Safety in numbers and all that.
she's right. We could help each other. We got a hideout not too far from here. Be safer if we chat there. All right, take us there. Follow me.
Suck if like Joel just started saying some really racist shit.
Don't
Oh
worry.
my God.
He is from Texas. I mean,
Where are you from?
Really?
I'm just saying.
Some bad blood.
They did just reelect their fucking governor. Even
Oh,
after
yeah.
the fuck. Oh, we haven't talked about the midterm elections.
Yeah, which is like a mixed bag because one, there was no
Hey.
red wave, which makes me happy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um,
It was definitely a mixed bag, but which is absolutely better than what I thought it was going to be.
Oh yeah, what history basically said it was going to be, and then it wasn't. So it's like
Though
that's
it is sort of sad that a victory for Democrats these days is not losing as bad as we thought we were going to.
great. Basically, yeah.
God, I hate that.
It's and also just like I know historically it's what's been happening,
Hmm.
but the fact that like and I know Lauren Bobber like had
Oh,
pretty much like a
fuck her.
99% chance of winning. So I'm glad it was close, but
Yeah,
at the
but
same
I still- I
time it's kind
would've
of like how do people
loved-
like that even win?
Uh-huh.
Like
Well,
how do they
and
get that many votes?
And that's the
It's-
depressing reality that I have to deal with every time we come to an election is that there are people in our country, a lot of people who
We're not related.
in their heart of hearts believe their bullshit. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like
They
I don't
believe
know
it.
how to, you know,
yeah.
dispel that from my interactions with my neighbors. You know, like
I get it.
Like,
yeah,
the-
it
and
kind of
any
makes it hard
person-
for me to see the best in people.
exactly like any person I meet on a given day could be like an absolute Trump flag waving Confederate Nazi. Like it, like that's just that's depressing to know, you
Yeah.
know. And
the
like
people who are, like-
smile through their teeth at you, and they're just like
Yeah.
perfectly pleasant. But then like when you talk to them about their private beliefs, they're just abhorrent.
Yeah, and they're like people who are professed that they're Christian.
Oh,
And
don't
then
get me
they'll vote
started.
They'll vote for like totally anti-Christian things. It's like how does this coincide with your beliefs? You know,
For
And
the
they're
same
not gonna
reason
talk
that
to you about that.
they root for Ohio State or Michigan because they're on their team.
Yeah,
That's literally
like-
all it is.
I mean, even looking at Georgia, and I know it's going to a runoff now, but you literally have the guy who's dedicated his life, his career
Mhm.
to serving God. And then you got the other guy who has brain
Yep.
damage and has literally paid for abortions and
Yep.
lied about it.
But no,
And they're like,
he's on
okay.
our side.
But, yeah, exactly. He's on our side. It's like, what about what about your beliefs?
What
and
about
stuff?
like
And
the
it's like, oh,
literal like thing that you profess, like every time you cast
Yeah.
a vote? Like,
I-
well, it
it's-
doesn't matter if it's a rich white guy.
yeah, it
Essentially.
makes me sick, man.
Oh,
it makes
totally.
me fucking sick.
Yep,
Like,
it's
that
not a cool
people-
time.
So many people are such hypocrites that they're just, and it's not just politicians. People who
Mm-hmm. No.
are voting for them, they're just like bankrupt.
100%. Yeah.
They're just morally bankrupt because it's
Mhm.
like they're on our side, and I'm not even going to think about it so much.
Yeah.
It's just like fuck you.
Like there's kind of the generic internet meme where like, you know, if you support Trump, I don't think we can be friends anymore sort of thing. But at the same
Mhm.
time, like, I don't know, there's some real truth to that because at this point, what does he have? Like, he literally has bigotry and fear. Those are his only two cards. And he plays them over and over again. And if you're still buying it, like, I don't know how I can
how do you reconcile
right?
that-
Like, I don't know
Yeah.
how. Like, I don't think we
It's
have.
like, but I'm still a good person.
No,
and
you're not.
it's-
Like,
it's
I don't know
what?
if we have like fundamental principles of just common decency in common anymore.
Yeah.
Get away from the windows.
I like how they were fucking eagle eyes earlier, but now they didn't see that.
They're gone.
But yeah, no, like,
That fucking
and
truck.
like, I always hate to
Been
sound
hounding us ever since we
dramatic
got
about
in
this
this
stuff,
damn-
but like, he just
So what are
announced
you doing?
his
Nothing.
campaign
Get
for
rid of it.
a second term, and
My
like,
backpack is practically empty.
part of
So
me
we're taking
hopes
stuff.
that
It
like
weighs nothing.
what they're
room.
saying about the
What is
Republican Party is true, and they're like trying to,
We only take
you
what
know,
we
be
have to.
done with him,
Right.
and
Yeah.
like he's just gonna sow a bunch of discord in that party and make it easy for the Democrats to win. But historically, that's not really how it works for the Republican Party. Like, if the tides start to turn and it looks like Trump is going to be their guy
The
again,
nominee again.
then
they'll get behind
like,
him real
yeah,
quick.
exactly. Like, all the people who are calling him like a lazy fart turd, like right now, are going to completely change their tune. Look at Ted Cruz.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
they'll just completely compromise
No
everything, yeah, that they said before, and just fall in line behind the 90-year-old bigot. You know, I mean, that's just what
Yeah.
they do.
Which is also like, I hope Biden doesn't run again.
Really?
You know, because
He's
old.
gonna.
And he probably is, but it's just like,
Yeah.
pretty sure he does have like some Alzheimer's going on, and I know like
I don't
it's
know
not
about
bad
that.
enough.
I think it's more just like he's
Keep an eye out
pushing
there.
90, and you know, like at that age, who is actually he's not pushing 90.
Yeah.
He's pushing his mid 80s.
He's pushing like the mid 80s. Yeah,
But at the same time, like that really is the time where, like, even if you are still sharp, like you just don't have.
you got some
the-
cognitive decline.
Well, you
It's
got some
just
physical
a
decline,
fact of life.
like that. Yeah,
oh,
right.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Who's over there?
I mean, I personally really like Joe Biden as a person. I think that
Yeah.
I think that he is holding the office of presidency as a public service. Like, I don't think he's doing this because of like a power trip or an ego
Oh,
thing,
no.
or because he feels it's owed to him. I think he really just wants to serve.
Yeah.
And-
I definitely feel that way too. Oh.
I got
Oh.
I got cocky there. I really thought that guy was gonna help me. You know, it was too
You
play.
know, yeah.
But he
He's
didn't.
not
He-
fucking
watched me
what's
die.
his name? The freaking like post-apocalyptic army guy who was
No,
like killing
yeah.
everyone.
yeah. Oh, Bill. Yeah.
Can't remember his Bill. They were of course. How could I forget his name was
Bill Dotrieve. Yeah. No, he just watched me die. But yeah, no, like that's the sad thing about it. Like if Biden had run around like the same time as Obama run, it was like an alternate universe where Obama just like waited an extra 10 years to start his campaign for president. Like I would have been all
Mhm.
on board for Biden, you know? And-
yeah, I get you.
and I still am, like, principally. I think he's a kind, you know, noble man. Like I don't think he wants to
Yeah, he's
see
a
anything,
decent man.
Right. I don't think he wants anything but for this country to succeed and to have, you know, bipartisan efforts to make this country a better place.
Yeah.
Oop. Really? We're doing this again.
Okay.
I really thought I stealthed that one.
Oh.
Joel, what are you swinging at there, buddy?
His demons.
Where my demons hide, where my demons hide. Don't get too close. Joel's got a gun. It's where his
Joel, you said that
demons
whiskey
hide.
was medicinal. It's just enough to steady my shooting hand, Ellie.
Wow, did you see that guy like Matrix that one bullet though? Ooh, hello.
No, I didn't.
Mmm. Mmm. This one's priming himself for a strangling. Oh, come here, you.
Oh shit!
Well, I guess not a strangling, but no.
Just a good old fashioned beating. Oh,
God, who else has a raging heart on right now? What, Joel? Nothing. Nothing. But yeah, so like I'm kind of in the same place where like I think it would be best for the party if he were to just like hand it over to Kamala and just be like, hey,
Yeah.
I think she's done a fantastic job as vice president. It's time for the country to have its first woman president. And don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, like I'm actually not a super huge Kamala fan just because of like her law
Yeah, me
enforcement
either.
history. But
hmm
at the same time, I also get the feeling like she's willing to set that aside for the greater good and like actually
I
govern
hope so.
govern responsibly from what I've seen her do.
Yeah.
I get just a tiny sense of opportunism from her, but like people also said that about Hillary Clinton and it turned out to be not true. So I'd be happy to be wrong about that. But I also think that she would do a hell of a lot better than any of the potential Republican nominees right now.
Oh shit. Yeah.
I mean, it's basically
Especially like
DeSantis, Trump, or fucking Pence, and all three of them
yeah.
are like. Don't
you
get
think
me wrong.
Pence potentially?
Oh,
could
I
be in
think
it?
I think Pence is absolutely going to go for
Okay.
it. 100%.
And I
He just
see
released
that
that
he's-
book where he distanced himself from Trump. He is
I was about to say he's distancing himself from Trump more. You
Yeah.
know, I see that.
he's
So
he's going to
it's
gun
might
hard
be
for the
time.
presidency. Yeah, and don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. Like so like Trump, I think, is just the lowest of the low. Like not only is he an
Mhm.
opportunist, but he's ignorant. He's he's
Traitorous. Like
clearly mentally ill. He's an insurrectionist, and
yeah, and it seems like he's actually sold like the highest national secrets,
that is
to
a
foreign
possibility.
powers.
Yep.
Which is like holy fucking shit.
Which I kind of get the
That's-
feeling is why he's even running at all to like try
to not go to prison.
I kind of think that he hopes he dies in office, like comfortably in the highest seat of authority in the land.
Yeah,
and then
I think so.
and then just everyone has to forget about it because he's dead.
Yeah,
But no, I
if he
think
was
you're right.
not, if he was anyone else, like he would have been in prison so many times
Oh
over.
my god!
Like,
Well, and like even if he was like any one of the former presidents, like can you imagine if? And again, I hate to use the example, but can you imagine if Barack Obama did any of this shit?
oh my god!
Like,
and they're
like,
trying to say he did. It's like no.
Not
like,
only would there be a 24/7 news cycle about his crimes, but he would be convicted, strung up, and like his trial would be the most public crucifixion of the
Mhm.
century. Like,
I mean, look at how
Oh.
much they try to make out of nothing. Like
mhm.
the Republicans, as soon as they cinched a majority in the House, what was the first thing they did? It wasn't to address
I
any kind of
know!
infrastructure.
Oh my
it wasn't to
God.
help people out.
We're
The
going for
very
Hunter
first
Biden's laptop.
conference
Yep.
was about Hunter Biden's laptop.
Oh
It's
my
just
god.
like,
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ!
I am so like
This
I'm
is what's important. This
I
is what
know.
the American people want. Clearly, like,
But
yeah,
the sad thing is it
They're
is.
It's sick.
It is. It's
sick.
absolutely what half of this country wants. Like it's not about governing. It's not about a plan for the future. It's about how to own the libs. And like I
Yeah.
don't get how we got here.
I'm
Like, I feel-
imagining this
I
is
really
how
do
Rome
feel like-
was before
right.
the downfall.
I really do feel
a
like
lot
I'm
of
living
lead
in an
poisoning.
an alternate timeline where like we've all just collectively gone nuts.
Yeah.
Like I
Like,
don't
that's
I
so
don't
many
get like
people-
why is this so important to so many people? Like I mean we could think about where this country could go. We live in an era of unprecedented technological potential. We have essentially bottomless money, global communications. We could end poverty in a decade, but we don't because why? We're afraid of each other and we want to piss off the other guy. Like I
Yeah.
don't get how this could be that important to
It's that
50% of our
tribalism
country.
that's
Oh.
hijacking so many people and
Right.
fear. You know,
Yep.
like that's the big thing. That's the emotion that's most tied to our lizard brain.
Right.
is
Oh my god.
survive.
Well,
And-
and the hilarious thing is, like, you look at Iran and like all of the shit that's going on there. You
Yeah.
get like Republicans who can unironically look at that and say, "Wow, what a bunch of ignorant savages just killing each other in the streets." Dude, you literally voted for a guy that is calling for the public execution of his enemies. I mean,
You guys
Jesus.
been held up in here.
You really don't see how that slope like we're teetering on it.
Yeah, seriously.
Man.
How we're going that direction.
Right.
And they say, "Oh, no Sharia law." It's like you don't have to call it Sharia law. For it
no,
to
look at
basically be
Marjorie
Sharia
Taylor
law.
Greene. She literally got on camera saying, "I'm looking forward to serving on committees," and then in the very next breath to impeach Joe Biden. Like she doesn't want to serve the public. She wants to make a name for herself and like take down a guy who for some reason she sees as contrary to her.
Blatantly opportunistic, just in it for themselves too, and people don't care.
Yeah,
You know,
and like
they,
at the end of the
get
day,
behind these idols.
Yep.
It's
and that's what we have to remember too, is that like as upset as their rhetoric makes me, they don't believe a fucking word of it. That's the worst part. These people who like, don't get me wrong, there are a few
most
zealots.
of them don't.
Yeah, there are a few zealots who are literally running on a potential like race war or something like that.
Yeah.
But by and large, these are people who are saying what they're saying and doing what they're doing, not because of a moral crusade, but because someone is paying them to do it. And that I think is the worst part of all of this is that they're actively like turning their countrymen against each other in order to pad their pockets, and that is the most disdainful thing I can possibly think of.
Yeah,
Literally
and
selling
most
out
of them
the
know
good
exactly
of,
what they're doing.
Oh yeah, and they don't think it's a big deal because it's like, oh, it's just me doing it. But no, it's not. Like, you know how lobbyism works. The more people they get in their pocket, the more successful they are, the more money you make. Like it is absolutely the most vile, reprehensible behavior that I could ever imagine from an elected official is to discard public interest in favor of personal gain. That's the exact opposite of running for an
And to
elected office.
Actually hurt people, do things that you know will hurt and kill people.
Yep.
Just so you can have, pad your pockets.
I mean, look at
so sickening.
The climate accord that just happened. Like, we're celebrating this as a victory, and scientists are like, why are you fucking celebrating? We're 10 years away, less than 10 years away from irreparable, world-changing climate disaster. And because you're in the part of the world where you're not going to be as immediately affected because of your money, fuck you. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, we're
That's the thing. It's like I think they, like you said, most of them know it, and they're going to be like, well, most people are going to die. Like, here's the part that the worst of the worst are not saying because they know they can't. Is most of the world's going to die.
But not the people that are voting for me.
Yeah.
Right.
If they're just like 500 million of us, the true people, we'll be okay. If a lot of the world floods, it's just like these people are they're insane.
It's like
they're unwell.
Again, it's like the Iranian government. It really is. Like you saw the video of the dude who they were trying to call him out on like the people that he had publicly executed, and he's just walking through the airport with the
Ayatollah.
Yeah, that fucking horrible smile on his face.
Yeah.
Like, that's not too far removed from how DeSantis and Trump think about people. I mean,
no,
it's not far removed at all. Like, they would gladly sacrifice their enemies if it meant an easier time for themselves.
Yeah.
100%.
I feel like DeSantis is more dangerous because he's smarter about it.
Yes.
Trump is like openly disdainful, which,
and don't
I feel
get
like
me wrong,
makes it worse kind of just on the head of it, but DeSantis could like probably make things happen.
Yes. And don't get me wrong, even 10 years ago, DeSantis would have been considered a non-starter because of how fucking stupid he is. But in this era of politics, he's like Trump with half a brain, and that's about as dangerous as it gets.
Yeah.
Oh man. I and so obviously my takeaway from the midterms was more pessimistic, but at the same time, I am incredibly relieved that Democrats have retained control of the Senate. So at the very least, the only thing that is going to come out of the Republican Congress is just going to be symbolic victories.
Yeah. And it's, for me, the hopeful part is like it is one of the first times in like what, over 60 years that a trend this has been bucked this hard. Ew, wow.
Yeah. Well, like
He doesn't
essentially,
fuck
like
around.
whoever's been president has always lost control of the House and Senate during the midterms.
Yeah.
And this is the one time where like the House is still extremely close to the point where some no-brainer bipartisan efforts will still get accomplished. And the Senate can, just say no to the
if
truly,
they're not doing reconciliation.
yeah,
then,
right. Like
then
Marjorie
maybe-
Taylor Greene can get on her soapbox and talk about killing the darkies or whatever, and
Mhm.
and the Senate can just say no. That's a fucking outlandish and barbaric law that you want to pass. We're not gonna let it happen. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's the hopeful part for me is that trend being bucked. It's like, okay, what's different, and that young people, even though
Yes,
they're what do you
yes.
call it?
Thank you.
They're showing up is still just abysmal when it comes to how many of them are voting. Comparatively, it's increasing.
yes,
know,
absolutely.
and
And actually,
it's like-
I think that this year more than any, they actually they really did swing the vote for
Yeah, they
for
did.
the left.
They
which was
prevented the
nice.
red wave.
Yes,
Like
100%.
they really did, and it's only going to become more.
And
like,
I think
as it goes on,
exactly. And I think if we encourage, people 10 years younger than us, like say, hey, great job, keep it up. Like I really do think that that kind of exposure or reputation kind of feeds into itself to where they
Mhm.
they will more of them will want to show up and
Yeah,
vote on
I
their
hope so.
principles. Yeah. Because
there's so
they've
many
just
more
been-
Gen Z
right. They've just
that can't
seen
vote yet, and they
right.
will if 2 years from
like
now.
they've just seen
It's-
demonstrably like that it does have an impact and that it
Yeah,
works.
seriously.
Right. So like hopefully 2024 comes along and they just show up in droves to stop the boomers from sinking the country.
Yeah, I would love to see, where there's like a change, where the GOP becomes like, say, when Ronald Reagan won, it was such a blowout.
Yeah.
It was like he got like 500 electoral votes or something. It was absolutely fucking insane.
Right.
And I would love to see that in a presidential, like it probably wouldn't happen in 2024,
Right.
but to see that where it's just like the GOP is like, oh shit, if we actually want to survive, we really need
We have to make
like,
some
change.
changes. Yeah, right.
And they become like a centrist Democratic Party or something, and
Right.
like maybe, or they get replaced.
Yes, and that's
by,
what
like,
I'm
another-
hoping for. Honestly, I would love to see like the end game of all of this become like a 3-party
Whoa.
system instead of a 2-party system.
Yeah, me too.
Because like
Oh,
like ideally you would have a whole bunch of different voices.
yes, they
all,
are,
like,
Sparks.
all campaigning and running, with an equal shot at the presidency. But even if it could just be like the far right neo-Nazi Trump people, the centrist Republicans, and then the Democrats, who, let's be real, like the only ones that have a chance of winning in this climate are still pretty centrist themselves.
yeah.
I mean,
it's
that would be
depending,
ideal.
like in the House, you got pockets where it's like very solidly Democratic and you can get some progressive people. But right now, that's still largely centered around like certain districts in the House.
Uh-huh.
And you got like a Bernie Sanders
Oh,
in the
God.
Senate. It's
the
pretty
one
rare.
that got away.
Right, yeah, that's true. And that's
Oh.
I definitely blame Debbie Wasserman Schultz for that. Like,
Yeah,
ugh.
yeah.
But yeah, and now
What
he's
could
too
have
old
been.
to run too.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
right.
and don't get me wrong, I would absolutely love if like he could hop in a time machine and find a way to to make that work. But he would.
I mean,
he
if there
would-
was,
like physically, the poor man would only be good for like another 2 years before like
2
he,
years,
he has to
maybe.
just consider his health.
yeah.
like-
And it's like if he decided to just fuck it, YOLO, I am gonna run.
Right.
I would support it just because it'd be like, okay, get
Yeah.
like a progressive ass vice president,
Right. And at that
and
age
play that
though,
game.
Right, exactly. And at that age though, I mean realistically we shouldn't have to rely on Bernie Sanders. He should be able to, retire
right.
and enjoy whatever
It's-
years he has left. and
It's the
think about
fact that
himself.
he's such a rarity.
Mhm.
Like there is not a lot. It's like him and Elizabeth Warren in the Senate when it
Oh,
comes to
God.
progressive voices, and that's
Yeah.
about it.
Dude, no one has been done dirtier than Elizabeth Warren and Nancy Pelosi. I feel
Oh yeah, because they're women.
well, yeah, but I just feel awful. Like, we literally have a woman who, I mean, can you think of a worse nightmare than having your spouse beaten over the head with a goddamn hammer while you were
I would
away
be
working?
so pissed,
And
like,
then to turn on
permanently pissed.
right, and then to turn on the television
Hell yeah,
and
Sparks.
see Marjorie fucking Taylor Greene say that it was because he was soliciting a gay prostitute who was hopped up on cocaine.
Wait, I didn't hear about this. Are you
Yes.
serious?
Oh yeah. The
Jesus
the
Christ.
neocon conservative excuse for it is that he wasn't a right wing extremist. He was a gay prostitute that Warren's husband hired while she was out of town,
They
and
just think
and he
the
just
most
got what he
extreme
deserved.
thing.
Yep.
Because people are gonna be like, oh
100%.
yeah, they'll
Oh,
believe it.
Look it up, Sparks. Look it up. It is fucked up.
That
Like,
is infuriating.
I literally, don't get me wrong, I do not endorse drinking as a cure for anything, but I turned off my iPad and I just had a drink and went to sleep at 10:30, because I just had to be done. Like, oh my
yeah,
God.
sometimes it is just like that's enough because we got to think of our health too.
Yeah,
you
dude.
know.
Dude, I would love an Elizabeth Warren AOC ticket. I would
Oh fuck.
cream my
Yeah.
jeans for that. And not just because AOC's easy on the eyes. That has nothing to do with it.
AOC, I love.
She has some
She goes
sexy
hard a lot of times.
Yeah. She the sexiest thing about her is how she makes Republicans just fucking lose their shit.
Mhm. She's what was it? This unfortunate thing that's happened in Colorado.
Dude, look up the Vanity Fair article about her after we're done here. They have this great thing about what was that guy, Yoho or Yoko or something like that. He like stopped her on the
I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
he stopped her on the
he has
steps
a
and-
Greek name or something.
Yeah, and he called her like a fucking bitch to her face or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you can't show up to work and fucking harass a colleague like that. And then he's like,
oh, it's
oh,
never
no.
mind. I was thinking of someone else, but I know who you're talking about now. The other congressman.
Yeah, but his defense was like, oh, my wife and my daughter think I'm perfectly nice. Fuck you, dude.
Wow.
My God, I'm a nice guy.
I'm a nice guy. Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah. AOC's going hard right now when it comes to
Yeah, dude.
Like, who was it? Bobber was saying like, "Oh, thoughts and prayers." Basically, it's just like
Yeah.
you are literally causing this.
Yeah, dude, like
you don't get to thoughts and prayers your way out of this shit.
Mhm,
Like,
yep, dude. AOC is going to Sparks' comment here. She is one of the only politicians that I can think of where like the hype is genuinely real. Like, it's not just that she's young and exciting and pretty and smart and like marketable. She is legitimately, I think, one of the most exciting politicians with like a genuinely forward-thinking vision for society. And it's like you said,
and cares about people.
exactly.
Like,
Yep, totally.
fights for the people.
Because go figure, she's
And-
an actual person. Like she's
Yeah.
lived, working a 9-to-5 dead end job.
Yeah, it's very true. And it's crazy how much attention she gets, like on Fox News and the rights. Like,
Yeah.
I remember we had a doctor, and I won't say any names or anything. He doesn't come by our hospital anymore, but
You don't come around here no
just
more.
no, he's not retired, but like kind of doesn't come to us anymore. But seriously, like believes like he's
Some pretty fucked up
likely
shit.
a flat earther, but he's
Keep your eyes
definitely
open,
like
you never
doesn't
know.
believe in climate change, thinks it's a
Oh.
hoax. We'll link you to like the craziest kind of sites that have no
Why
you
do
know,
why do these assholes always do that? Like,
yeah, seriously, it's like here's the truth.
Can,
you
can I
know?
can I just have a working relationship with you without hearing about how you hate black people and
Oh, this scene is not going to end well, is it?
no. No, it's not. Joel's on his own. Yeah, Sparks. I admit that like part of the reason I like AOC so much is just how mad she makes.
Seriously,
neocons.
I get it.
Like I would be lying if I said that wasn't super satisfying. But at the same time,
What the fuck, Henry?
again, like putting the most positive spin I can on it, she's just a good candidate. She's rock solid, and I just agree with so much of what her platform is. And so, like, I don't even care if she's the first woman president as long as she's president at some point. Like,
Yeah. Jesus.
yep.
This is getting tense.
A little close. I mean, like, I would be probably more excited about her than I was Obama in 2008.
I would too.
Simply because, like, I still felt like the world made sense in 2008, you know?
Mhm.
Like, yeah, I hated a lot of what George Bush did, but at the same time, like, I never thought or felt as though, like, the entire stability of society was hanging by a thread. Like I thought, yeah, this guy's probably in this for oil, and he's in the pockets of big business and shit like that, but that's nothing that can't be undone by the next president, you know?
It's kind of like our cynicism was absolutely warranted,
Mhm.
and some really horrible things that
Yeah.
led to the deaths of many people.
Oh, 100%. Like, I'm not
and-
justifying what he did, but we
Yeah,
now,
but at the
but
it
at the
wasn't
same
like
time,
the
we,
world could possibly
Yes.
end. Quit, like, literally,
and
you
more
know,
so,
what's been going on,
yeah, go ahead.
you know, recently in this climate is like shit that would bring the minute, you know, on the atomic clock down to, like,
Uh-huh.
you know, 1 minute to midnight or some shit. Like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, this is world destabilizing. Ooh.
And somehow we've come into a place where, you know, George Bush, who literally 10 years ago was considered to be, ooh, I'm dead, was
Yikes.
considered to be far right, is now making a hell of a lot of sense, you know, like in
Yeah.
his interviews and stuff, and like
Yeah,
his takes
and
on
it's
all
just
of it.
like, I still will never
I'm
be
gonna
a
get
George
super
Bush fan.
aggressive.
Or
Oh, no, not at
but
all.
I get you where it's like, if we're playing the comparison game,
Mhm.
he seems absolutely sane.
Oh, yeah,
and
totally.
moderate, you know, compared to everyone else. It's just like, why can't they get? And I know John McCain had his issues where he was kind of drinking the Kool-Aid with, oh, we need to have Sarah Palin, which was such a cynical pick. Like,
Oh, yeah.
we got to get women to vote for me, you know. and
That,
it's just like,
that was
no,
literally it.
that's-
It's not necessarily
Yeah.
that John McCain himself is a depraved asshole. It was like
No,
he was
just
convinced
the opposite.
Right. He was convinced that it was the only campaign move that he had to try to, like, steal some of the thunder from Obama's movement.
Yeah, he and I don't think it was the right move, but
Oh, no. No,
I
it opened
respect
it opened
McCain.
the door. It opened the door
Yeah.
for what we have now.
Yeah.
Palin absolutely was the prototype
yeah, because then he had the Tea Party.
Yeah, you had
Which-
they were called the Tea Party for a while. Now they're QAnon. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, which
Like-
I think is more of a response to Obama than
Yes, absolutely. And don't get me wrong, I think we still would have had that without her, but it would have been
Oh,
it
yeah,
would have
for
taken
sure.
it would have taken a longer time.
Yeah, she was. Let's see.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
just seeing what
Sarah
Sparks is
Palin
saying.
is an insult. Like, have you noticed that
Regarding-
she's
yeah,
coming
that was-
back
I
into
remember that.
prominence?
Yeah, well, she was running for was it Senate or was it? No, it was not governor. It was
No, something though.
uh
Was it Senate?
House of Representatives, I believe.
Okay,
I don't think it was for the Senate. She lost.
good. Yeah.
It was
As well
somewhat
she should.
close, but yeah, she lost. But yeah, McCain, he was at least like, I respect McCain. One,
Yeah,
he's,
oh, yeah.
he's a war hero.
Well,
Two,
and he
was trying to
willing-
bring down the temperature
Yes.
on the whole campaign. People were like, he saw the machine coming, like going out of control,
Mhm.
like the gear starting to come
Yeah,
out, and people
totally.
saying like, "Oh, he's a Muslim," and he'd be like, "No, ma'am, he's not," you know. And
Well, and
like-
more importantly, what the fuck if he was? You know, so what?
that's true too.
right.
You know, he was trying to combat these things,
Right.
like, hey, I think, well, like me and Senator Obama disagree on things, but he's a decent man,
Right,
and
if
you
he's
shouldn't be
president,
scared of
yeah,
him.
you shouldn't be scared.
Like-
of him. Right. That
like,
was where
you
like
would not see that shit from Trump.
that was
anything.
absolutely like the point in that campaign where I thought, okay, like I really want Obama to win, but if he doesn't win, it'll be okay. You know,
Mhm,
But
yeah.
like if Trump wins a second term, it won't be okay.
No, it won't be okay. No. And where are the McCains? Where are people like that? They
I'll
don't
tell you where.
exist in the GOP.
I'll tell you where
anymore.
they're getting crucified. Look at Liz.
Yeah.
Like again,
Liz Cheney, yeah.
the Cheney family, and don't get me wrong, she's
Seriously.
not her father. She's not her father. I don't want to put that
No,
on.
but
I don't wanna
she's
put that
also
on her.
disagreeable on a lot of levels, just when it comes to
Totally.
what
Like-
she believes in.
Right. In a completely
But-
different world, like you and I would probably be trashing her instead of Trump and
Mm-hmm.
DeSantis and everyone else. But in the world
Yeah.
that we occupy, she's positively a martyr, you know?
Yeah, I can't help but respect that she knows and she knew
She knows it's
that
wrong.
this
and
would hurt her
she's-
career.
Yep.
And she still did it. So
Right,
it's like,
on-
hey,
on
I
principle.
respect that.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Anyone who says no to obvious wrong because of principle, even if I disagree with them on social issues, they have my respect. And
Yeah.
yeah, don't get me wrong. She would certainly not be my candidate of choice, but at the same time, if it were between her and a Trump-like figure, I would go for Liz Cheney every fucking time.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
right,
this-
Sparks. When even the worst politicians were still sane, totally.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's too high and you can't swim.
God, those
I'll
were
lift you
just
up, you run past 'em.
simpler times. But yeah, I totally forgot what even sparked this. Well, the midterms. Like, again,
No time to argue.
I guess like overall summary is, like you said, it was a mixed bag, and I'm at least optimistic that things aren't as bad as they could be right now.
Yeah.
And that by and large, like the takeaway that the Republicans seem to have got from the midterms was that we really need to fucking distance ourselves
Henry,
for Trump. Don't get me wrong, like
Yeah.
I know that
We're
the
alive.
way that Trump's base is,
See?
that could absolutely be turned around
He's
still.
good.
But at least for right now, they're in this sort of place where like, hey, maybe people don't want us to be like openly hateful, fear-mongering bigots, you know, like.
He's not gonna do anything.
You sure about that?
Stop.
Joel?
Oy.
You left us to die out there.
No.
Sparks. On the bright side, we
Yeah,
have
we
a Gen
do.
Zer. Yeah, we do. That's right. We
Yeah,
have
the
the first
first
Gen Z
one.
congressman. Yep.
For you.
Yep.
Putting him at
And
risk.
there's only going to be more.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how time works. And we're talking about like AOC.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, God.
I wasn't thinking this far in the future
Yeah.
before, where it's just like, oh, it's never going to happen because, you know, that's how the world works. But yeah, I think it will.
Yeah.
I think she's going to run. I hope she does because, and maybe she's just like, I really don't want to because that's not what I envisioned for myself. But
Mhm.
she's very popular.
Oh,
She
totally.
definitely could. And oh my God, she would get a crazy amount of
Mhm.
votes. Are you kidding me?
I-
Like,
I
it would be
actually-
Obama all over again.
Yeah,
only,
I would
only bigger.
honestly be more surprised if in the next decade we didn't see a campaign where,
Now, that radio
if
tower's on the other side
if
of
nothing
the
else, she was at least on the VP
Okay,
ticket.
Place is gonna be full of supplies.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't mean like
And that
right
would be
away. Like
exciting.
I don't think 2024 would be her year, but 2026,
not.
2030, like absolutely she would be ready.
Yeah.
And like don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, I think leadership wise she's ready now, but I mean, you know, the
Just
one
the
weakness,
time and the
right?
party.
The one weakness Obama had coming in that McCain was able to capitalize on was, you know, he was still too fresh.
Oh,
which
he's fresh. Yeah.
which in a lot of ways
Had
was
some
true.
truth to it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And back then, you know, you could make an argument like that and not have it devolve into like code talk for, you know, he's kind of black.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't McCain's campaign at all.
That
One-
wasn't
one,
what
because-
McCain himself was doing.
No, totally. And partially because in 2008 you couldn't do that. In 2020 you absolutely could.
Yeah.
But by that same token, you know, Obama was still a freshman. And so, you know, he was able to form a legitimate concern about that, but one which thankfully turned out not to be true at all. Like Obama is just a savant, like when it comes to leadership.
Yeah, he is. He, as far as charisma,
Yeah. Well, and
It's
not
just
even
like people
charisma,
say-
like just intellect. Like he is.
I mean, that's true too. Yeah.
He is smarter than the average bear, and he knows it. But at the same time, you're right. He does have enough charisma to like know how to take his high-minded ideals and communicate them in a way that the public can appreciate, by and large.
Different in the water.
Yeah. I feel like Hillary is definitely
Hillary was the opposite.
when it comes to
unfortunately.
smart. Well, for me, I think Hillary is like the smart person. I
That's
think
what I'm saying.
she's,
But
no
the-
charisma. Can't talk to people.
No, she just never got that down, and I love Hillary. I really do. Like
Yeah.
I
she'd
would
be a
add
great
her to
president.
my
Like,
I would add her to my list along with Warren and come on, Chris.
AOC.
No, we were just talking about her husband just got brutalized.
Oh, Pelosi.
Yeah, Pelosi. Warren and Pelosi. I think Hillary got done just as dirty as those two, if not.
Oh, she totally did.
Actually, even more so. Because I mean, you think about what a shit show 2016 was, and like what happened not only to her campaign but to her reputation and like her livelihood as a result of that fucking degenerate Trump, and like
Yeah.
it's a tragedy. But you're right. Like part of the problem, don't get me wrong, the main problem was that we are a society that runs on fear right now. But the other problem that would have hurt her even in a normal campaign year was that you're right. She just doesn't quite have the communication chops of Obama or even her own husband. Like that was always the dynamic between the two. Like Bill Clinton could, what was the line from that Chris Farley movie? He could sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves. But Hillary could
know that one.
It was from Tommy Boy. It was from Tommy Boy. But that was Clinton. That was Bill Clinton. Like he absolutely like.
Oh, he's beloved.
But like or hate the name, Slick Willie was an accurate description of him. Like he was. He was and is absolutely a politician, and Hillary is a policy person. Like she probably has the best policy of any candidate, even in the contemporary context. Like I don't think
senator,
I don't think AOC would be AOC without Hillary Clinton paving the way.
That's true. Yeah,
but at the same time, you're right. Unfortunately, the way that the system works, that doesn't mean jack shit if you can't market it correctly.
Which is horrible. Yeah, to be marketable, but also the amount of money that you have
Sparks.
to raise, is just ridiculous.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I honestly, like, don't get me wrong, I absolutely shouldn't be president of shit. But if I were, I think I would have weirdly kind of the same problem that Hillary has, which is that I just don't have the patience for sitting in long meetings trying to make a case for myself. Like I can talk your ear off about like policy and where I think things should go and why I think it should be this way. But that's only half of the game. The other half is they're voting for you as a person.
Yeah. And for Hillary, it's a tightrope because, she unfortunately has to watch what she says and how quote unquote aggressive she looks. Because
any woman
for
does.
a guy,
Any woman does.
Yeah. A man, they're tough on stuff, but for a woman, it's like,
she's
crazy.
Ambitious, she's bitchy.
All that horseshit.
Yep, totally.
There needs to be exam. Yeah, there really does.
Oh my god! But by that token though, we'd have to literally get rid of like half of the Republican caucus.
That's true. Yeah,
and they would just never let that happen. Like, can you imagine if there were a competency test for governing? Oh my god!
Yeah, it's like, you people loved these voting tests.
And if I'm being real too, it would also get rid of a lot of Democrats today.
It would, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm guilty of party politics. They're on my side, so I'll vote for them. But at the same time, like there are folks that I'm like, you just need to be in the background, casting your vote and walking the party line. And
keep your head down.
I just don't want to fucking hear from you any more than that.
Yeah.
I won't name names, but they are out there.
Like Max Baucus, and he's not around.
Okay,
anymore,
let's name the names. Yeah.
So let's name some fucking names.
Just glad they're on ice. Well, which interestingly enough is like how I used to feel about fucking Joe Manchin until the last like 2 years. Like, dude.
Oh, Joe Manchin. Yeah.
Dude, like fucking.
Oh, Kristen Sinema. Like way to piss off your entire state and everyone who was behind you and got you elected.
Yeah, dude, get off the fucking deep end. Yeah.
Who is paying her? Mm-hmm. Like everyone. And I think
everyone is paying her.
Yeah,
that's how this works, Max.
Yeah, Sinema and Manchin, like fuck them.
Oh god. Well, I know what rhinos are, but like, can we call them dinos?
Yeah,
rhinos and dinos.
There's dinos. Yeah, I mean,
I haven't heard anyone use the phrase dino, but that's what Manchin is.
I've heard dino before. I feel like most people use the phrase blue dog.
Well, so here's the thing, though. I take offense at Blue Dog, and I'll tell you why. Because the Toledo Ohio congressional representative, Marcy Kaptur. And have I told you about Marcy Kaptur?
How do we get across?
What? Say that again.
Have I told you about Marcy Kaptur?
Doesn't sound familiar,
Okay,
so I don't think so.
you wouldn't have heard of her. She's the congresswoman from Toledo, Ohio, and
Okay.
My dad, before he retired, did a tremendous amount of work with Marcy Kaptur to do like agricultural science and like help enrich the farmers who live around Northwest Ohio, which in Northwest Ohio. That's the bread and butter. Sparks, rhinos are Republicans in name only. Blue dogs. I'm going to explain my blue dog statement here. So blue dog Democrats were historically kind of centrist Democrats. Like they held by and large liberal policies, but there were some social issues where they either took like. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this is right necessarily, but they would either have like a religious exemption to some things, or they could swing conservative on certain fiscal policies.
On some socially, yeah.
Well, more on fiscal than on social, but you know.
Oh,
what
that's
I'm saying.
true. Yeah.
And so that was kind of where that phrase originated from, which I think it's a far cry from what we just said. Dinos, Democrats in name only, like Manchin, who are basically just running on Democratic ticket because of the state that they're in.
But you wouldn't know it from how they vote on things.
Exactly. And
On
so
anything, I feel like.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think that's quite different from Blue Dog. So Marcy Kaptur was she almost coined the term Blue Dog. Like it was her and a couple of others in kind of the Bush senior era when she first got her start. They were like, okay, we don't agree with a lot of Bush's policy, but at the same time, we can get on board with this if he's willing to compromise. And in the late 80s, early 90s, that was still how the system worked. Like I'll scratch
the system worked.
Yeah, I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine. And Marcy Kaptur
was like, hey, we're the majority, but 40% of people voted for these people.
Exactly.
So hey, maybe they should have some say.
Yep.
Like,
and not only did she do it well, she did it so well that Northwest Ohio is pretty hardcore conservative, as you remember. She's been the congressional representative for that area for 20 plus years. Like she's as a Democrat, and she just won re-election again. So good for her.
oh, nice.
Ooh, I forgot about that guy. Oh no! Suddenly politics.
He
isn't
said,
my
"Oh
concern."
shit!" I'm like, "Why?" And it's oh.
I turned my flashlight on immediately, thinking I was about to get jumped. Oh no! Oh no! No!
Oh no!
Oh no! Maybe I can afford the shiv. I don't.
Did just get that thing.
I don't want to get bit. Yeah. So going back to Blue Dog, I don't see as a negative. Like maybe today, it would be because of the implications. Like you can't be centrist anymore. You're either far left or far right. And
and you should be able to. Right. Also, it's not a term I've really heard in a while.
No,
I feel like it kind of died.
Because it's like we were talking about like last time. A lot of the terms that we grew up with don't mean what they meant when we were 20.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, which
weird to
say.
Apparently was a long time ago.
I know. Fuck that, man.
Fuck.
God. Sparks. Wait, what was that thing, Shy? Oh yeah, this guy here. They can't see. They operate on hearing. So as long as you're quiet, you can get the jump on them. But if they hear you, you're fucked.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, like more power to Marcy Kaptur. And don't get me wrong, like she's kind of a relic at this point. She basically, I think from what my dad said, the only reason she even ran this election is because the alternatives are so horrible that it's kind of like Biden. She felt compelled to stay
like
in
she needed to run.
She needed to stay in the arena for the common good.
That's
right?
sad.
Because she was the only Democrat who could win in Northwest Ohio, and the alternate was a election 2020 denier.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a shitty
also
situation.
Like you got some people that saw some success with like pushing that lie, the big lie, but I'm glad, like especially when it comes to attorneys general, that didn't seem to work for them.
Yeah,
like
Thanks.
That
Thank
it-
God.
and I think like because I do think again I talk about moral bankruptcy and
Well, that's
like
what it is,
it's
though.
it's a lot of like ends justifying the means when it comes to voters who are
Yeah.
like, well, you know, this person seems like there's a lot wrong with them, but at least they're not a Democrat, you know, and
Yeah.
that's really hard to reconcile. And at the same time, I feel like a lot of these people also don't believe the big lie. You know,
Right.
a lot of them do. A lot of them do, unfortunately.
But a lot
As,
of them,
you know,
a lot of them do. Like I said, they do worse than that, and they don't believe it, but they'll say it just to get elected.
they'll s- well, when it comes to elected officials, yeah, I would say the majority of them don't believe it.
Yeah.
When it comes to voters, I think a lot of voters are duped.
Oh,
you know,
totally.
Who do believe it, and I
Mhm.
think most Republican voters
Yep.
probably don't believe it, and some are like, yeah, but I don't care, and some are like,
Yep.
hey. Like I visit like the conservative Reddit because I hate
Oh, right.
myself, and
Oh God!
most
See,
of these-
I for my blood pressure, I don't do that anymore.
dude, I would say like a third of them are outspoken and will say shit like, "Well, this seems fishy," you know, and it's like because they're you know at worst QAnon people, and at best they're like very suspicious because they're buying into the Kool-Aid a little bit. But I
Oh,
would
yeah.
say 2/3 of them, at least now, are like, we need to get away from this shit. Like
Uh-huh.
Trump is toxic. And not like, oh, Trump is a bad person, but they're more like Trump's bad for our party. kind of
He's
thing,
not
which is-
marketable anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They-
You
they-
know,
they-
and like, oh,
You're
this
right.
big lie is not marketable.
don't make the mistake of assuming that they're doing this because of their scruples,
No,
because they're
no, they are not. They're
Yeah.
not.
Oh my God.
So what's next in this?
So I'm trying to get to this next part here before we finish up because I really want to get out of fucking Pittsburgh next episode.
Somebody used to live here. Don't look
Oh,
like that's
man.
the place anymore.
But I think we've still got one more episode of Pittsburgh ahead of us. But here's what I want.
Okay.
This is the best gun in the game.
Someone who thought they
Oh,
could
shit.
The Dante Shorty shotgun.
Shorty.
Oh yeah, 4 bullets,
Oh,
but those 4 bullets count. Oh man, dude. Yeah, no, I needed to talk about this. If you couldn't tell, though, because
Oh no, I get it. Yeah, it's
'Cause- like I've said, I talked to a lot of people who truly do believe that the 2020 election was stolen and that Biden is
yeah.
got the underground pedophile pizza parlor and all that shit.
Oh my god, yeah.
Ugh.
I got a coworker who'll send, you know, not as much anymore, but
Yeah.
you know, you see the videos of like slowed down. Oh, Biden sniffing this kid or something. It's
Oh
just
my
like,
god. Stop. You know, just fucking stop. Like how do you live with yourself? Just like again, it's kind of like the George Bush situation, like, but the shoes on the other foot. Like, even if you disagree with Biden politically, like, how can you get on the internet and take this career civil servant, insult his war hero dead son, and accuse him
Yeah.
of just atrocious, horrible things?
People are unwell, and we live in a scary time where it's like you got the deep fakes and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Like no one can justify that. Someone made that,
Yep.
you know, like just knowing they're gonna sow discord. And what are they thinking? Like, haha, I'm a shithead. It was probably, hey, this is fake, but the Democrats have to lose no matter what.
Well, so the
And
other
I don't care if
yeah.
I'm lying.
right. Well, and then the other nasty part of it is that some of them really, truly are just doing it to be a shithead. Like they're being.
That's true.
It's like
People want to see the world burn and
Yeah, well, it's
think
like- it's
that
like the
Heath
kid
Ledger's
in-
Joker is a hero.
Mm-hmm. Right. They took the exact wrong message from that movie.
Right.
But no, it's kind of like you know, the kid in like kindergarten or first grade, where like the teacher would patiently explain like, hey, don't do this, and then he would do it, and then he would keep
Yeah.
doing it, and then like basically just to see if the teacher's gonna crack. Here we go.
Pushing boundaries.
Yep. You're done.
Oh, you really just wanted to test it out, huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I guess I wasn't her victim. she didn't choose me. You're gonna choose. Oh no!
Whoa.
I had a shiv. What the hell? Sparks, that's what happens if one of those things gets you.
Yeah, pretty immediate death. Until you upgrade, what do you call it?
Oh, come on.
Oh, wait a second.
You're supposed to have my back, Henry.
Oh, it is the ship thing that you upgrade
Yeah.
to do. Like, that's the only way you have a chance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're doing fine. Come on, Ellie. Come on, Ellie. Get him. Get him, Ellie.
You do it, Ellie.
Get him, Ellie.
Man, Ellie's like poison to them or something. I don't know.
You know, actually, the longer I look at this, the more wrong it looks.
Actually, yeah. I think you should kill him.
I like sniffing farts.
What? God. There we go. Like, get her out of that situation.
Let me taste you, queen.
God.
Milady.
He was.
We're done
Wow.
here.
He was
We're
like a
done.
little kid swinging his arms, like,
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
know what happened to these people.
Seeing how there was a clicker, they've been gone for a while.
We keep moving forward. All we can do is hope there aren't any more of them.
Oh man, I completely
Sound
lost,
advice, Henry.
lost the trail here. Lost the train of this conversation. Sparks, I'm uncomfortable now. Yeah, you better be. Well, speaking of the Milady guys,
Smiley.
they tend to be pretty Trumpian now too, because they truly believe that they're misunderstood and you know they're missing their sex prize, and Trump understands that. He'll get them their sex prize.
Or it's just like they're so angry that it's just like,
Angry at
I'm
society.
I'm just gonna vote for the person that I know. Like they know exactly what Trump is.
That's gonna
and they're
do
just
the
like,
most
I'm
harm.
gonna
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah, because they just
Because the
hate the
world's
world.
not
They're
world's not
angry.
fair to me. Yeah, right.
so it can't be fair for anyone. Yeah,
Nope.
some people are like that. I know some people like that, and they're just really
It's sad.
disturbed people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Totally. It's a not a great time, but
No.
hopefully,
not.
like I said, the silver lining here is that the younger voters turning out largely, have grown up really sick of this shit and want to
Exactly.
see change. Yeah.
And that's the thing is like I think if we were on a bend where it's like, hey, we're starting to slowly adopt more progressive policies, they would feel a little more hopeful. But
Yeah.
that's not what's happening. We're
Nope.
going backwards.
Oh,
So
definitely.
they're gonna come in. We're gonna get a lot more Gen Z,
Jesus.
Congress people,
Mhm.
getting into small government, getting into
Yep.
big like national government, and they're going to have like sweeping, totally like transformative changes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
because it needs to
yeah.
happen.
And again, once I hate to say this because it's super pessimistic, but it's also true. Once the boomers become unable
Dead.
to vote one way or another,
Once they finally become dead.
once they finally join the ranks of the dead, it really will make a difference because
Yeah, it
I mean
will.
it's like you said, whether it's like the lead poisoning or just like the way that they were raised,
Oh,
we're switching up partners now. He's got Ellie, I've got
How is it made?
unmemorable
Just
Sam
transfer
here.
Safety gates. Henry, see if we can lift this.
We ain't lifting this, are we, Henry? Time
Time
for
for
fire.
fire.
Yeah.
time for revolution?
Right.
Maybe.
Start the fire, Sparks. Sparks, how old are you?
Yeah.
Mm.
Man, it's like every time.
But like, I assumed that you were like exactly our age, but talking to you, I'm sort of starting to get the feeling that you might be a bit younger than we are.
Yeah, maybe.
You keep him safe. Go.
Give her a chance to respond.
This
here.
is an interesting dynamic.
Yep. Oh, oh no, you are our age. Okay.
33.
never
Oh,
mind.
okay.
Yeah, never mind. That's what I thought, but I don't know. Maybe it's just like the progressive slant in your voice. I assumed that you were a young revolutionary.
All right, come on, kid. See if we can find a way out of here.
All right, so Max, this is where we're gonna call it because this part's gonna take a little while, and like I said, I really want to get out of fucking Pittsburgh next episode.
Okay. All right. Well, sounds good.
All right, well, until next time, everybody, vote your conscience and fuck the machine.
Yeah, seriously.
See you next time, buddy.
Viva la revolución.
That's right.
See you next time.
Later.